In visual cultures at Goldsmiths, we've been working on curating for many years. We have graduate programs in the curatorial. We also have always incorporated exhibition making and curatorial concerns into our undergraduate programs, but increasingly there's a demand for something specifically about working as a curator and developing a kind of an analysis and a practice. And this program is practice-based in that sense that students will get that hands-on as well as the theoretical and historical background. And so in response to this demand, we've produced the new BA. In the last number of years, we've seen a kind of explosion in the field of curating, where curators are operating in many different kinds of contexts, still of course in galleries and museums, but also in public squares, for example, in the context of festivals, on the internet, in relation to education and public engagement. So the new BA is really reflecting all of those different kind of dynamics that are existing in the curatorial field now. So the BA in Curating is for students who are interested in exploring how they might engage the world through different kinds of materials. So it could be students who are interested in art history, who are interested in art objects and how they might form into exhibitions or working directly with artists on new commissions. But equally it could be students who are organizers in the context of their schools, interested in social justice, trying to understand how materials, events can kind of support that work that they're doing. Increasingly in the curatorial field, we're seeing a turn towards how to curate in ways that are not only true to art history, but true to the contemporary urgencies that we're experiencing in society. So curators are also positioning themselves in relation to how to produce more of a just world. Goldsmiths is really an ideas-driven university, so it is not traditional in the sense that we teach simply kind of chronologies. We teach really about this dynamic engagement with ideas and with a critical approach to the world. And curators increasingly need to have that also because that's where artists' works are increasingly going, which is towards a really kind of serious consideration of the world that we're living in. I think the other thing about Goldsmiths is it's in London, it's in South London. Many graduates have actually gone on to populate South London with many kinds of gallery projects and independent projects. So there's a kind of context in which to think about the curatorial, which is very living and present. But also being in London will afford us the opportunity to provide placements for students, engagements with different kinds of cultural institutions, but also other kinds of institutions who are interested in how the curatorial might benefit their organizations. So we're really lucky to be in this kind of city. I think the meaning of art is really produced through a dynamic between different kinds of agents. And what curators tend to do is bring those agents together, whether those be artists, people, objects, contexts, spaces. So curators sit in the middle of all of that. So they don't necessarily make the meaning, but they produce a context in which meaning can be made.